Ram Ram everyone. This is part number 15 of Bal Kand, and we're going to start with a chand, and then there'll be doha number 97. So pretty much from doha number 97. But first is chand. जनी लेहु मातु कलंकु करुणा परिहरहु अवसर नहीं दुख सुखु जो लिखा लीलार हमरे जाब जहाँ पाउब तहीं सुनी उमा बचन बिनीत कोमल सकल अबला सोच ही बहुभांति विधि ही लगाई दूषण नयन बारी विमोचही. दोहा नंबर 97. तेहि अवसर नारद सहित अरु ऋषि सप्त समेत समाचार सुनी तुही नगरी गवने तुरत निकेत. चौपाई. तब नारद सबही समुझावा पूर्व कथा प्रसंगु सुनावा मयना सत्य सुनहु मम बानी जगदम्बा तव सुता भवानी अजा अनादि शक्ति अविनाशिनी सदा शंभु अर्धंग निवासिनी जग संभव पालन लय कारिणी निज इच्छा लीला बपु धारिणी जनमी प्रथम दक्ष ग्रह जाई नामु सती सुंदर तनु पाई तहु सती संकरही विवाही कथा प्रसिद्ध सकल जग माही एक बार आवत शिव संगा देखयु रघुकुल कमल पतंगा भयु मोहु शिव कहाँ न कीना भ्रम बस बेशु सिय कर लीन्हा. Now there's a chand. सिय बेशु सती जो कीन्ह तेहि अपराध संकर परिहरी हर बिरह जाई बहोरी पितु के यज्ञ जोगानल जरी अब जन्मी तुम्हारे भवन निज पति लागी दारुण तपु किया अज जानी संशय तजहूँ गिरजा सर्वदा शंकर प्रिया. दोहा नंबर 98. सुनी नारद के वचन तब सब कर मिटा विषाद छन महु व्यापेयु सकल पुर घर घर यह संवाद. चौपाई. तब मैना हिमवंतु आनंदे पुनि पुनि पार्वती पद बंदे नारी पुरुष शिशु जुबा सयाने नगर लोग सब अति हर्षाने लगे होन पुर मंगल गाना सजे सबही हाटक घट नाना भांति अनेक भई जेव नारा सूप शास्त्र जस कछु व्यवहारा. सो जेवनार की जाई बखानी बसही भवन जेहि मातु भवानी सादर बोले सकल बराती विष्णु बिरंची देव सब जाति बिबिधि पाती पेठी जेवनारा लागे परुसन निपुण सुआरा नारी वृंद सुर जेवंत जानी लगी देन गारी मृदुबानी. नेक्स्ट वी हैव द छंद. गारी मधुर स्वर देही सुंदरी व्यंग वचन सुनावही भोजनु करही सुर अति बिलंबु बिनोदु सुनी सुचि पावही जेवत जो बढ़यो आनंदु सो मुख कोटिहूँ न परे कहो अचवाई दीन्हे पान गवने बास जहाँ जाको रहयो. Now we have doha number 99. बहुरी मुनिधन हिमवंत कहु लगन सुनाई आई समय बिलोकी विवाह कर पठये देव बुलाई. चौपाई. बोली सकल सुर सादर लीन्हे सबही जथोचित आसन दीन्हे बेदी बेद विधान संवारी सुभग सुमंगल गावही नारी सिंहासनु अति दिव्य सुहावा जाई न बरनी बिरंची बनावा पैठे शिव विप्रन सिरुनाई हृदय सुमिरी निज प्रभु रघुराई बहुरी मुनि सन हम उमा बुलाई करही सिंगारू सखी ले आई देखत रूपु सकल सुर मोहे बरने छवि अस जग कपि कोहे जगदम्बिका जानी भव भामा सुरहन मन कीन प्रणामा, सुंदरता मरजात भवानी, जाई न कोटहूँ बदन बखानी. Now we have the chand. कोटि हूँ बदन नहीं बने, बरनत जग जननी शोभा महा, सकुच ही कहत श्रुति, शेष सारद मंद मति तुलसी कहाँ. छवि खानी मातु भवानी, गवनी ही मध्य मंडप शिव जहाँ, अवलोकी सकहीं न सकुच पति, पद कमल मनु मधुकरु तहाँ. Now we have doha number 100. मुनि अनुशासन गणपति ही, पूजेऊ शंभु भवानी, कोऊ सुनी संशय करे, जानी सुर अनादि जिय जानी. चौपाई. जैसे विवाह के विविध श्रुति गाई, जैसी विवाह के विधि श्रुति गाई, महा मुनिहन सो सब करवाई, गही गिरीश कुस कन्या पानी, भवही समर्पी जानी भवानी. पानी ग्रहण कर कीन महेसा, हिय हर्षे तब सकल सुरेसा, वेद मंत्र मुनिमर उच्चर ही, जय 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 शंकर सुर करहीं. बाजही बाजन विविध विधाना, सुमन वृष्टि नभ भय विधि नाना, हर गिरजा कर भयु विबाहु, सकल भुवन भरी रहा उछाहू. दासी दास तुरग रथ नागा, धेनु वसन मणि वस्तु विभागा, अन्य कनक भाजन भरी जाना, दाइज दीन न जाई बखाना. Next we have a chand. दाइज दियो बहु भांति पुनि, कर जोरी हिम भूधर कहियो, का देयु पूरन काम शंकर, चरण पंकज गही रहियो. शिव कृपा सागर ससुर कर, संतोषु सब भांति ही कियो, पुनि गहे पद पाथोज मन्याम प्रेम परिपूरन हियो. Now this is doha number 101. नाथ उमा मम प्राण सम, गृह किंकरी करेहु, क्षमेहु सकल अपराध अब, होई प्रसन्न बरु देहु. बहुविधि शंभु सासु समुझाई, गवनी भवन चरण सिरुनाई, जननी उमा बोली तब लीही, ले उछंग सुंदर सिख दीनही. करेहु सदा शंकर पद पूजा, नारी धर्मु पति देउ न दूजा, बचन कहत भरे लोचन भारी, बहुरी लाई उर लीन ही कुम्हारी. कद विधि सृजी नारी जग माही, पराधीन सपनेहु सुख नाही, भय अति प्रेम विकल महतारी, धीरजु कीन कुसमय विचारी. पुनि पुनि मिलती परती गही चरना, परम प्रेमु कछु जाय न बरना. सब नारिन मिली भेटी भवानी, जाई जननी उर पुनि लपटानी. Now we have the chand. जननी बहुरी मिली, चली उचित असीज सब, काहू दई, फिरी फिरी बिलोकती, मातु तन तब सखीं ले शिव पही गईं. जाचक सकल संतोषी, शंकरु उमा सहित भवन चले, सब अमर हर्षे सुमन बरसी, निशान नभ बाजे भले. And now we're going to do the English translation from Doha number 97 to Doha number 101. And before I start, I just want to do a quick recap of the last part that we did. And in that one, when Shiva had come to Himachala's house in this procession, and the procession was very scary to look at, and people of the whole the kingdom of Himachala were completely scared And when Mena came to know about the whole procession along with Shiva and who he was, she was extremely disturbed. And she went to Parvati, and she, being super upset about the whole situation, she told her that she's not going to let this marriage happen, and she's not going to throw Uma away to this person who does not look like a suitable groom for Parvati. So now Parvati is trying to console the mother and trying to make her understand that it is not what it seems like. So we're going to start with Chand, and here we go. Take no blame on yourself. Stop lamenting. This is no occasion for it. The amount of joy or sorrow that has fallen to me, I must face it. Hearing the soft and polite words of Uma, all the ladies become sad. They blame the Creator, Brahma, in many ways, and tears flow from their eyes. Doha number 97. At that very moment, Himachala comes to his house along with Narada and the 7 seers. Narada reassures them all, narrating them the past history of Uma. He said, Mena, hear my true words. Your daughter is none other than Bhavani, the eternal consort of Shiva, mother of the universe. She is the unborn and imperishable divine energy, which has no beginning. She is Shambhu's inseparable half. She creates, maintains, and then dissolves the universe, and assumes the semblance of a material form at her own will. First, she was born in the house of Daksha. Sati was her name, and charming was her form. Even in that incarnation, Sati was married with Shankara. The story is well known throughout the world. One day, while she was returning home with Shiva, she beheld Sri Rama, who is a son, as it were, to the lotus-like race of Raghu. Bewildered by his sight, she did not listen to Shiva's advice and was deceived into assuming the disguise of Sita. Next we have the Chand. Shankara repudiated her because she had offended him by assuming the disguise of Sita. Separated from Hara, she then visited the sacrifice undertaken by her father and burned herself in the fire of yoga there. Now reborn in your house, she has undergone terrible penance for the sake of her Lord. Knowing this, give up all your doubt. Girija, your daughter, is forever a beloved of Shankara. Doha number 98. When they heard Narada's explanation, all the sadness disappeared. In a moment, the news spread from house to house throughout the city. Mena and her consort Himavan rejoiced and bowed at Parvati's feet again and again. All the citizens, including men, women, and children, young men as well as elderly people, were immensely delighted. Festive songs were sung in the city. Kalash are these are vases made of clay, and they are really round at the bottom and have a neck and then an opening. It's a very typical kind of Indian vase that you would see. Kalash of gold of every pattern were displayed by all. Dishes of various kinds were prepared in accordance with the processes given in gastrological texts. Is it ever possible to describe the varieties of dishes prepared in the house where Mother Bhavani lived? And Tulsidas says so because Annapurna, who is the god or the divine mother of all material things, including Anna, that is food, is also an incarnation of Parvati. So Parvati herself is Annapurna. So, is it possible to ever describe the varieties of dishes that were prepared in the house where Mother Bhavani lived? Himachala respectfully summoned all the members of the bridegroom's party, including Vishnu, Brahma, and other gods of all classes. The dinner guests sat in many rows, and expert cooks began to serve. Finding the gods dining, batches of women began to banter and rail at them in pleasant strains. Now, this is interesting because one would wonder why they are bantering or ranting at these people who are pretty much the guests, not only the guests, but also the most esteemed guests they could ever be, the gods of various kinds. But this is also in many parts of India a tradition where, this kind of banter is almost considered a part of the tradition, and it's not offensive to either party. But because the whole idea is that these women are going to lose their friend, the bride is going to be taken away from them. So they're sort of, bantering or ranting that you're coming over, you're eating our food, you're taking our friend away. So that's kind of a traditional thing that happens in many parts of Indian wedding scene in India. It's not very popular now in modern India, I think, but it was something that used to happen in most of the weddings earlier. Let's go to the Chand next. Charming women railed in sweet strains and poured innuendos. The gods felt much amused to hear them and dined for an unusually long time. So again, the idea is not to offend anyone, but just to create an atmosphere of fun, of a little bit of a very light kind of mocking, and so that everybody just really enjoys that instead of any, offenses thrown at each other. The joy that swelled at the dinner cannot be described even with millions of tongues. Having been served with water for rinsing their mouths at the end of the dinner, they were given betel leaves and then they returned to their respective lodgings. Doha 99. The 7 sages called once more and read out to Himavan the note recording the time fixed for the wedding, and perceiving that the hour had arrived, the latter sent for the gods. So there was this particular time during which the actual wedding ceremony needs to take place. And so apart from having a very auspicious duration of a few days where the bridegroom has come to the house of bride and has stayed there for whatever number of days, so that the whole duration is relevant and auspicious. But during that duration, there has to be one particular moment which is the most appropriate for the actual wedding ceremony to happen. And so that's what they're talking about here, that the 7 sages, they pointed out that this was exactly the time that was appropriate and that the wedding should happen at this moment. Next is Chopai. Himavan politely sent for all the gods and assigned them an appropriate seat. An altar was prepared in accordance with the Vedic ritual, and women chanted charming festal strains. Now, there's no more mocking strains, but happy and auspicious songs being sung. A divinely beautiful throne with the images of a pair of lions for its arms was placed on the altar. Being a handiwork of the creator, Brahma himself, it was exquisite. So it was made by Brahma himself. Bowing his head to the Brahmanas and calling to his mind his own master, the Lord of the Raghus, Shiva took his seat on the throne. The great sages then sent for Uma, who was brought in by her girl companions, richly adorned. All the gods were enraptured by her beauty. What poet in the world could describe such loveliness? Recognizing in her the mother of the universe and spouse of Shiva, the divinities mentally bowed to her. The perfection of beauty that Bhavani was could not be adequately praised even with millions of tongues. Next we have the Chand. The superb beauty of the Mother of the Universe could not be described even with millions of tongues. When even the Vedas, Shesha, the serpent god, and Sharada, the goddess of learning, cannot describe her splendor, then how can I, dull-witted Tulsidas, even attempt it? Mother Bhavani, the mine of beauty, walked to the middle of the pavilion where Shiva was. Out of shyness, she could not gaze on her Lord's lotus feet, although her heart was fixed there like a bee. Doha 100. At the direction of the sages, Shambhu and Bhavani paid divine honors to Lord Ganapati. Let no one be puzzled to hear this, that how can Lord Ganesh be summoned when he is not born yet, he being the son of Shiva and Parvati? For one should bear in mind that gods have existed from time without beginning. Chopai. The great sages had the nuptial ceremony performed in all its detail as laid down in the Vedas. Taking sacred kusa grass in his hand and holding the bride by her hand, the mountain king Himalaya gave her over to Shiva, knowing her to be his eternal consort. When the great Lord Shiva took the hand of the bride, all the great gods were glad at heart. The principal sages chanted the Vedic formulas, while the gods all exclaimed, "Victory, victory, all victory to Shankara." Musical instruments of various kinds were sounded, and flowers of different varieties were rained down from the heavens. The wedding of Hara and Girija was thus concluded. A spirit of rejoicing pervaded the whole universe. Men servants and maid servants, horses and chariots, elephants and cows, clothing, jewels, and various other articles, and cartloads of food grains and gold utensils were given as gifts, which was more than one could describe. Chand. Himachala gave presents of various kinds to the newly wedded couple. Then, joining his palms, he said, "I have nothing to give you, Shankara. You have all your desires sated." That means you desire nothing, and yet the whole world is yours. He could say no more and remained clasping at Shiva's feet. The ocean of mercy that Shiva is reassured his father-in-law in every possible way. Then Meena, with her heart overflowing with love, clasped his lotus feet and said, "Lord, Uma is dear to me as my life. Take her in your heart and forgive all her faults. Please grant this boon to me." This was Doha number 101. Lord, Uma is dear to me as my life. Take her in your heart and forgive all her faults. Please grant this boon to me. And again, this is a part of the tradition where when they are at the end of the wedding, literally giving their daughter away to the bridegroom, they are, just sort of in a way of, in that emotional state, verbalizing their emotions and telling the bridegroom that, please take care of our daughter. Shambhu comforted his mother-in-law in ways more than one, and she returned home bowing her head at his feet. The mother then sent for Uma and taking her into her lap gave her the following excellent advice. Ever adore the feet of Shankara. This sums up your duty as a wife. Your husband is your deity. There is no other god for you. As she spoke these words, her eyes filled with tears, and she pressed the girl, Parvati, to her bosom. In sadness of Parvati's imminent departure, she said, "Why has God created woman in this world. One who is dependent on others can never dream of happiness. So this is, of course, a very poignant expression that she says, that why, we have to get separated from you. You're going to leave us. And so why this has to be there, and why did God create a woman? Because she ultimately will get married and leave the parents. And so it's a very sad moment here. The mother was overwhelmed with emotion, but knowing that she did that was not a good thing to show weakness at this moment, she recovered herself. But knowing as she did that, it was not a good moment to show weakness, she recovered herself. Meena hugged Parvati again and again, and then fell down, clasping the girl's feet. So there's certainly an element of in their emotional state. They know that this is their daughter and the apple of their eye and everything, but they are also aware of the fact that she's Parvati, the eternal consort of Shiva. And so they have a lot of love for her, but at the same time, a lot of respect and reverence for her. And so she falls down, clasping her feet. Her supreme love was beyond all words. Bidding adieu to all the ladies, Bhavani ran and clung to her mother's bosom once more. And this is the last chant that we'll be doing now. Taking leave of her mother, Bhavani departed. Everyone uttered appropriate blessings to her. As she was walking away, she often would turn back to have a look at her mother. Her girl companions then took her to Shiva. Having gratified all the beggars, Sankara proceeded to his home at Mount Kailash with Uma. So usually, again, a tradition right after the wedding. So you've completed a very auspicious thing. Wedding is considered to be an extremely auspicious occasion, and something that has concluded. And because it has concluded so beautifully, there would be people. There'd be the Hindi word for it is daan, giving daan. That means giving out money or food to people who are, underprivileged, just so as to show gratitude to all the energies that have made possible that whatever the event has happened successfully. So everything, all the blessings that you got for this event to happen successfully, to thank and to show gratitude, you're giving out gifts to the underprivileged. So having gratified all the beggars, a tradition that is usually right after the wedding, Shankara proceeded to his home, Mount Kailash, with Uma. All the divinities delightfully rained down flowers, and kettle drums produced a charming sound in the heavens. And the kettle drums are kind of drums that are usually associated with Shiva. Again, very loud, almost have a noise-like quality, but they certainly attract your attention. And if you go to a Shiva temple and if you attend a Shiva Aarti, you are for sure to hear the kettle drums. And they're extremely loud, but they bring you the energy that they bring about at that moment is something beyond you might have experienced. So with that, we come to the end of this part. This is Bal Kand 15. And I'm going to continue with the Bal Kand 16 very soon. Ram Ram. Thank you, everybody.